they are not going to like what am I going to say, but I have to tell the truth here, the scientific truth here. I am Coach Jojo IFBB Pro. I'm a personal trainer, Pilates instructor, and also a nutrition coach. So I have received a question from one of my followers. He is asking me about how to maintain the muscle during the pandemic lockdown. Okay, so today I'm going to discuss about this topic, but before I discuss about it, I need you to go and subscribe to my channel, like my video, and make sure you turn on the notification button, and of course, if you can, share this video to your friends. If you find there's value in my contents, if you want to continue watching my content, then please make sure that you subscribe to this channel, right? Okay, so let's come back to today's topic. We're going to talk about how to maintain muscles during the lockdown because of the pandemic. I'm not quite sure about your situation in your country right now, but currently in Malaysia, my country, we are under the third time lockdown. Okay, and this time is a full lockdown, which means the gyms are all closed. A lot of the economy sectors are closed. All right, so a lot of gym goers or anybody who wants to take care of their health, like they can't do their normal activity anymore. So a lot of people actually have this concern about how should I maintain muscle during this pandemic lockdown. So I'm going to give you a few tips today. Okay, now tip number 1 is do not overdo your cardio. Like, I'm so serious about it. Doing cardio will actually reduce your muscle if you're doing too much cardio, all right? So you want to make sure that you're not overdoing your cardio. Because of the pandemic, a lot of people choose to go outdoor and go for a run, go for a jog outdoor, because a lot of people feel like running outdoor is probably the only chance that they get to be outdoor, because you can't sit in a restaurant, you can't go for your shopping, you can't do your normal errands anymore. The only time you're allowed to step out of your house is either you go and buy groceries. If not, then the only activities that you can do is probably jogging, right? But let me tell you this, too much of cardio, too much jogging are going to make you start losing muscle. And a lot of people are going to be shocked by this fact, but it is not something new actually. People like us trainers or people who read a lot of research, we already know this fact that if you're doing too much cardio, you're going to lose muscle mass. And why? I'm going to tell you why right now. The reason is because if you do a long cardio, okay, for example, more than 30 minutes of cardio, what happens to your body is your body will start to lose energy. Okay, so your energy comes from what? It's actually coming from sugar, okay, glucose in your blood, in your body. Once you finish using all this glucose, finish using your carbs that you have eaten, then what happens next is actually it will start breaking down your muscle to produce more energy for you to complete your cardio. So if you want to prevent from losing muscle mass, the first thing you need to think about is to not do too much cardio. Okay, now what is my recommendation will be, just do your cardio around 15 to 20 minutes. That should be good enough. Okay, try not to go beyond 30 minutes if your target is to maintain your muscle or to gain muscle. All right, now tip number 2 is you need to continue doing your weights training. If you want to maintain your muscle, you need to continue training hard, lifting heavy weights, because like all my videos that I have talked about, the best way to gain muscle is actually to lift weights. Okay, so once you stop lifting weight, you're going to lose muscle. or if you stop lifting as intense, you're going to start to lose the muscle. So you want to continue lifting heavy weights. So ideally, you should be doing all the heavy weights at the gym, but right now we can't go to the gym, right? What you can do is you can buy some dumbbells at home. If you can't buy some dumbbells at home, you can probably, you have a bag and then you just put something very heavy into your bag, put some stones inside, put some books inside, and start lifting that bag of books or stones. Okay, that would be a very good way for you to just continue lifting weights. Okay, try not to stop lifting weights during the lockdown, because definitely, let me tell you, you are going to lose muscle mass once you stop. All right. Of course, there are people who is going to gain muscles, all right, even by lifting very little weight. These are the people who are beginners. They're beginners. You have to make sure that you analyze yourself. Are you still a beginner, or are you actually in the intermediate level or the advanced level? Now, how do you differentiate that? Is actually beginner level will be you lift weights regularly for a year, less than a year, or maybe around 2 years if you are not regular. Okay, if beyond 2 years, you're considered an intermediate level lifter. Okay, so if you are more than 5 years of experience in lifting and you lift regularly, you are considered as advanced lifter. So intermediate and advanced lifter, you will not be able to gain muscle by lifting small, tiny weights. Okay, you will not be able to maintain your muscles by lifting small, tiny weights. So what you need to do is continue lifting heavy weights. Okay, always want to challenge ourselves. The theme about fitness is all about challenging your body. Okay, so continue challenging your body so that you do not lose the muscles. Like, just think about it, your muscle is like a brain. Okay, your brain is also a muscle. If you stop using your brain, you're going to lose some of your ability to think, all right? To be creative or whatsoever. So same goes to your muscle. Once you stop using it, it's going to lose the ability. All right. So make sure that you continue lifting heavy weights. Now, people are going to ask me, what about HIIT? Now, I think HIIT is good in maintaining the muscle. If you want to gain muscle, probably not the best way to gain muscle, because it's still it's still a combination of a cardio and also body weights. Okay, you probably can maintain the muscles, but you will not be able to gain muscle if you want to gain muscle. Even if we talk about maintaining, that is really highly depend on the program that you are currently doing. Okay, if your program that you're currently doing with a HIIT program is more on the cardio program, then probably it will not be good in terms of helping you to maintain your muscle mass. You want to make sure it's not just challenging enough for your cardiovascular level. Okay, it has to be challenging enough also for your muscle. All right, so that is the tip number 3. All right, so we have talked enough about exercise, right? Your workout part. Let's talk about diet. Diet is also very important when it comes to maintaining muscle. So a few things you need to be aware of is, number 1, if you want to maintain your muscles, do not go on to a very strict diet very quickly. Do not reduce your calorie too much. Now, a lot of people during this lockdown, because they are not moving as much as their normal day life, so they decided they want to cut down on their diet. But if you cut down too drastically, that is going to cause weight loss, right? So you want to make sure that you're not cutting your carbs or your diet or your calorie too much. Okay, if you want to cut down on your diet, cut down by about 10% and see whether you see result or not. If you don't see result, only cut another 10%. Do not go drastically cut down 50% of your normal calorie intake. Okay, yeah, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is continue eating sufficient enough of protein. Now, protein is very important, okay, for you to maintain your muscle and also to encourage muscle growth. So you want to continue eating sufficient protein for your every meal. I'm talking about every meal here. Do not choose one meal that is do not choose one meal you eat a lot of meat and then the rest of the meal you're eating less meat. Okay, try not to do that. Your meat should distribute evenly throughout the whole day. Why? The reason is because your body do not know how much protein you are eating in one shot. If you eat a lot, it's going to, let's say you're eating 200 grams of protein in one meal. The body will only know how to absorb 200 grams of protein. Okay, if you're eating 1000 grams of protein in one meal, but your body will still remember to absorb 200 grams only. So the rest of the 800 grams of protein is going to be wasted. Okay, so you try not to do that. Okay, try not to let your protein go into waste. Distribute it evenly throughout the entire day. All right, that will be the best for you to help you to maintain your muscle. Now, the third thing, the third tips about diet I want to talk about is if you want to maintain your muscle mass, try not to go into an intermittent fasting. I know a lot of people who encourage people to do intermittent fasting are going to go against me. They are not going to like what am I going to say, but I have to tell the truth here, the scientific truth here. If you're going to go into intermittent fasting, definitely you are going to lose muscle mass. Why? Because the muscles needs a lot of energy to maintain. If you're not eating enough calorie throughout the whole day, your muscles will not be able to maintain. It has to burn off so that your body can continue to function. Okay? This thing that I'm talking about also go back to the second tip that I told you just now. The body, how they absorb protein is throughout the entire day. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you eat a big meal in a certain hour or not. Okay, the body doesn't know at all. So if you want to maximize your muscle gain, you need to eat very often. You need to eat protein very often. That is the reason why bodybuilders will eat 5 to 6 meals a day, because every 3 hours the body will go into one cycle of absorbing the protein and create the muscle protein synthesis. Okay, every 3-4 hours. Okay, so that is the reason why. But if you are only doing intermittent fasting, let's say you are only eating, you have a 6 hours eating hour when you're doing intermittent fasting, you only have 2 opportunities to allow your body to absorb the protein and start having the protein muscle synthesis. Instead, if you are going to eat 5 meals a day, your body has 5 chances of having the protein muscle synthesis. So your muscles will be able to, continue growing and maintaining its size, its mass. Alright, so this is what you need to understand. You might be asking me, then why those people who do intermittent fasting, they look lean, right? Some of them are able to gain muscle. If they are able to gain muscle doing intermittent fasting, it's either they have freaking good genetic or they are a beginner. Okay, if you're a beginner, no matter what you do, you are going to gain muscle. Okay, so if you're a beginner, you have less than 1 year of experience in exercising regularly, you are going to gain muscle no matter what you do. What you eat, you are going to gain muscle. But once you are past beyond the beginner level, your body just react very differently right now. Like I say, unless you have freaking good genetic, which most of us do not have freaking good genetic, then you need to have a different approach. So again, I just want to wrap this out. I don't want to make this too long because I can continue talking for much longer than this. But anyway, these are 6 tips that I want to give to you today. 3 on exercise and 3 on your diet, how you should plan yourself. So I hope with this tip you are able to help yourself maintaining the muscle. Alright, so if you like content like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, this is very important to help me to really continue creating content like this for all of you. And of course, make sure you like this channel so that I can go on top of the algorithm, so more people can watch this kind of video. And make sure you subscribe and make sure you click on the notification button so that every time you get notified when I upload a new video. And share it to your friends and family if you find this content is valuable. Alright? Really thank you all of you for watching until towards the end. If you have any question you want to ask, please drop down at the comment section. I will answer you in the next video. Alright, thank you very much, and I will see you next.